Here's how to mic a groom on a wedding day. I'm going to be showing you the exact mic you should use and how you should place it to get pristine audio, and sharing with you 3 very important things you should remember when doing this. Also, because I'm all about saving you time, I've put together a free wedding filmmaking gear guide that's going to walk you through all of the equipment that I recommend you purchase if you want to film a wedding. This guide includes things like microphones and audio recorders that I would recommend for micing a groom, and it is completely free and you can download it at the link down in the video description. Now, to mic a groom, the first thing you're going to need is a microphone and an audio recorder or transmitter of some sort. In this video, I'm going to be using a Tascam DR10L Pro with its default microphone, which is one of the microphones and recorders that I recommend, but there are a ton of other great microphones and recorders out there, many of which I've made reviews of, which I will link to down in the video description, as well as in my gear guide. Once you have your audio recorder, let's pretend that this is now right before the ceremony or wedding day, and you have a few minutes with the groom to place your microphone and recorder on them. To do that, you're first going to want to figure out if they're wearing a jacket, like I am right now, and I'm sweating in this thing, my goodness. For more traditional weddings, the groom will commonly be in a sport coat of some sort, but you may also have a groom just wearing a button-up shirt, and I've even had grooms that are just in t-shirts before, so it's really going to depend on the wedding and how fancy they are. If they're wearing a jacket, all you have to do is clip the microphone to their lapel a few inches down on their jacket near the front pocket if it has one. Just keep in mind that the groom may be wearing a boutonniere, one of those flowers pinned to their jacket, and if they are, you don't want your mic too close to that in case it rubs up against it and causes noise. Then, once you have the lav mic connected, you can run the recorder down into the jacket. I usually like to use the front jacket pocket unless it is too bulky. If the groom's wearing a really tight jacket, that can sometimes appear. So in that case, you're going to want to take it out and you're going to want to clip it onto the belt. Don't forget to hide the cord a bit too, it can just make it look neater. Now, we aren't quite done talking about mic placement yet though, because there's one other important factor that you need to keep in mind. Namely, you need to consider how tall the other person is that's getting married. And if it is a bride that is wearing a wedding dress and you've decided to not put a microphone on her, which, side note by the way, I have a video showing how to put a mic on a bride, and spoiler, it's easier than you think. I do it every wedding and I highly recommend you do it too. I will link to that video down below. That said, if the bride is not wearing a mic, this microphone here that you are going to be putting on the groom is going to be pulling double duty to capture not only the audio of his vows, but also the bride's vows as well, meaning that you're going to need to be very careful in how you position the microphone to maximize the chances of being able to record both of them well when they say their vows. What this means is that if you have a very tall groom, for example, and a very short bride, it may be in your best interest to not clip the lapel microphone way up high on his jacket near his mouth, and instead move it down lower, which will also put it closer to the bride's mouth and maximize the chances of you being able to record great audio of both of them speaking. Just pay attention to the couple as you're filming them getting ready, and then decide where on the lapel you're going to mic the groom. Fun fact, my wife Rachel is actually an inch taller than me, so whenever we got married, had to move that mic up. Any other short kings? Hello. Yes, I'm with you. It's okay. Now, the last thing that you need to consider when miking the groom is how windy the weather is on the wedding day. If you're filming an indoor wedding, congratulations. Unless the groom is standing directly underneath a powerful air conditioning vent or in front of a fan, you're probably not going to need to worry about wind noise. But if you find yourself filming an outdoor wedding on a windy day, what I'm about to say is going to be very important for you. To start, if it's a windy day, I would check the accessories that came with your lapel microphone and see if any of them include a dead cat, which, if you're not sure what that means, it is a filmmaking term to refer to a piece of fuzzy fur or foam that you can place over the microphone to act as a windscreen and help prevent noise that the microphone will pick up if it is windy outside. As for why it's called a dead cat, we're not going to get into that right now. Google it. If it's only mildly windy, you can probably get by with putting the dead cat on your lapel microphone and clipping it on like you would normally. But if it's an especially windy day or you don't like the aesthetics of how large the dead cat can make the microphone appear, in this case, I would then recommend mounting the microphone under the jacket if possible, which you can do by flipping it around and clipping it so that way it's hidden underneath the jacket, or even possibly under the groom's shirt if necessary. This is also where we need to talk about how to mic the groom if he's not wearing a jacket. So if you're worried that I was not going to get to showing you how to do that, do not stress, we're going to cover it right now. Most grooms, if they're not wearing a jacket, are going to be wearing a button-up shirt of some sort, and putting a microphone on them will require one extra step, but it's still quite simple. To do it, simply have the groom untuck their shirt and then run the microphone cord up underneath their shirt and clip it into the middle right near the buttons. This will hide the microphone cord and make everything look clean while still giving you good sounding audio. And remember, we were just talking about wind, and an easy way to help prevent wind from interrupting your audio is to still put the microphone on the Groom shirt, but instead hide it under the overlap of where the shirt is buttoned, which is going to give you more protection from the wind and give you an even cleaner look, because you can't even tell at that point that the Groom is wearing the mic at all. Now, if you are a new wedding filmmaker and you found this Groom miking guide helpful, but you want even more help, specifically in the area of booking more weddings as a beginner, I'm so excited to tell you that I've created a free workshop that's going to show you how to book your next wedding in 30 days or less. If you are brand new, this workshop is going to show you how to book your first wedding, and even if you've been filming weddings for a while, this workshop is still going to be super helpful and show you how to get even more bookings. You can check out the Book Your Next Wedding in 30 Days or Less workshop completely for free at the link down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about wedding filmmaking. I'm happy to answer them in a future video, and have a great day.